In this video, I'm going to show you why you may or may not want the BENKS GlassWarrior tempered glass screen protector for the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Both of these screen protectors do have enhanced impact resistance. They have an oleophobic coating to keep down those fingerprints, and they're also crystal clear. One has an anti-reflective coating, just like the coating that's on the S25 Ultra itself, and the other one is just a crystal clear screen protector. I'm going to go through the full installation. We're going to see how it fits, how it feels, how well it works with the in-display fingerprint sensor and the S Pen, and stick around to the end of the video because I will also be testing out the durability of this screen protector with a drop and a scratch test. And by then, you'll know which one of these screen protectors are right for you. And if you want to pick them up, I will be putting product links in the video description. So let's get started. And here we have the BENKS GlassWarrior clear screen protector that does not have an anti-reflective coating. So we get one screen protector with an easy installation guide and an installation packet with a dust sticker. So the very first thing you need to do is to clean off your screen with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Take your installation guide with the screen protector, making sure that the top signifier is going towards the camera on the phone, and just place this over the top of your phone, press it into place. Then hold down on the sides of the guide with one hand, and we're going to very carefully pull out the number 1 tab at the bottom here. Then pull out the number 2. We're going to press right at the bottom here and wait for the screen to adhere to your phone. Then we'll remove the guide and we'll take a look at our screen. Screen looks pretty good. I do have some bubbles at the bottom here, which I'll just push out with my finger. And we do have some at the top here. Just kind of push those out with my finger. Then we'll take a look at our installation. Installation looks really good. I don't see any more bubbles, no lifting. There is a pretty decent gap at the bottom of the phone for case compatibility. We do also have a very slight gap on the top and the sides as well. As far as touch, super smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. The edges are also rounded off. This is also a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your front camera. As far as fingerprints, it does pick up some smudges on the screen, but you can very easily just wipe those away with minimal effort. And you can see that there is no longer an anti-reflective coating on your screen protector. And here is the difference between this screen protector and the glass that's on the S25 Ultra. You can see that the S25 Ultra screen has the anti-reflective coating, where this clear screen protector doesn't. So that may or may not bother you. Let's test out our facial recognition. Face ID working perfectly fine, and you can see how clear the screen is. Touch working fine as well, no issues there. So now let's take a look at the screen as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. And you can see that there really isn't a rainbow effect if you're looking directly at the screen, but if we twist and turn it, that's when you start to see a little bit of that rainbow effect. But the majority of the time you're going to be looking at it dead on just like this, and it looks crystal clear. Then let's look at our front camera, and the front camera looks crystal clear. No issues there. So now let's test out our fingerprints. That works. Very quick. Yeah, fingerprints are working fine. Again, if you are having issues with your fingerprints, just re-register them and maybe turn up the sensitivity of the screen as well and make sure your fingers aren't dry. And then let's test out our S Pen. Try to draw a straight line here. Well, I moved. Let's try that again. Yeah, line looks pretty straight to me. As far as the feel with the S Pen, there's only a slight bit of resistance. Not bad at all. And the S Pen seems to be working perfectly fine with this screen protector. And let's also take a look at the side of the screen to see if there's any screen bleed. And I don't really see any. I think it looks pretty good on that side. On this side, I don't really see any screen bleed either. So that's definitely a plus again for the screen protector. Then let's put our phone inside of a case. So I don't see any lifting. I don't see any bubbles. It seems to fit the case perfectly. At the bottom here, again, we still do have a pretty good gap on the edges. It seems to almost come up to the edges of the case, and there's a slight gap at the top of the screen as well. And in case you're wondering, this is the BENKS Lucid Armor case. So it should be compatible with most cases. So everything's looking great for the screen protector so far. Now let's move on to the scratch and the drop test. So for this test, we're going to be dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a starting height of 2 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, we'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. So here we go at 2 feet. Moving on to 3 feet. 3 feet. So this screen protector lasted up until a 3-foot drop. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch around a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off our test with a number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. So if we take a look at the screen, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. And I don't see at the number 6 either. But we do see deep at the number 7. So scratch resistance seems to be a little bit better than regular tempered glass. So installation for the screen protector was really easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. It lasted up until a 3-foot drop. Scratch resistance seems to be a little better than regular tempered glass. And it also seems to work perfectly fine with the in-display fingerprint sensor and the S Pen. So here we have the BENKS GlassWarrior tempered glass screen protector with an anti-reflective coating. So we get one screen protector, an installation packet with a dust sticker. So again, we're going to thoroughly clean off our screen with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Take your installation tray with your screen protector, making sure that the top is going towards the camera on your phone, and just press this on top of your phone just like that. Hold on to the sides of the guide while pulling out the tab number 1 only. And then pull out tab number 2. Wait for the screen protector to adhere to your screen. If the screen protector doesn't adhere to your screen, you can kind of help it along with your finger. Just kind of move it up the top here from the bottom. Then we'll remove the guide. And we'll take a look at our screen. So we do have some bubbles kind of in the corners here and on the bottom of the screen protector. We could just push those out with our finger and we'll take another look. So I was able to get those bubbles out by pushing them with my finger. Screen looks really good, no bubbles, no lifting. And if we take a closer look at the screen, you can see the anti-reflective coating kind of dull down those lights. And here's a little comparison between the S25 Ultra's regular screen versus the BENKS anti-reflective screen. As far as touch goes, screen is nice and smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. The edges are also rounded off. As far as fingerprints goes, it does pick up some fingerprints on the screen, but because of that oleophobic coating, you can very easily just wipe those away. This is also a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your front camera. We'll test that out in just a second. Facial recognition working perfectly fine. And again, we'll look at that screen. So the front camera looks perfectly clear to me. I don't see any issues with it covering your front screen. I don't see any issues with it covering your front camera. And you can also see that the screen is crystal clear. Touch working perfectly fine, no issues there. And let's take a look at the screen as if we were looking at it through polarized sunglasses. And we can see that there's really no rainbow effect when you're looking dead on. But if you twist and turn the screen, that's when you start seeing a little bit of a rainbow. But again, you're most likely going to be looking at the screen directly on, and it looks pretty clear to me. There is also a slight gap all the way around the phone for case compatibility, which we will be testing out. There seems to be a little bit bigger gap on the bottom of the phone versus all the other sides. Now let's test out our fingerprint sensor. Seems to be working perfectly fine, very quick and accurate. Then let's put our phone inside of our case, check out our case compatibility, and it looks like it fits the case perfectly. There's only a slight gap on the sides and on the top, and again that bigger gap on the bottom, so the screen protector should be compatible with most cases. No lifting, no bubbles. Let's test out our S Pen. And the line looks pretty straight to me. Might be a little off because the screen it's slippery and this kind of moves on the screen. And as far as the experience with the S Pen on the screen, there is a slight bit of resistance. And the S Pen seems to be working perfectly fine, no issues. So everything, again, is looking really good for the screen protector. Now let's move on to the scratch and the drop test. So again, we're going to be dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a starting height of 2 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, we'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. So here we go at 2 feet. Moving on to 3 feet. 4 feet. 5 feet. 5 feet. So this screen protector lasted up until a 5-foot drop. Now let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch around a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off our test with the number 5. Then we'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. So if we take a closer look, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5, none at the number 6, and ever so slight, maybe medium at the number 7. So scratch resistance again seems to be a little bit better than regular tempered glass. So installation for the screen protector was pretty easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. It lasted up until a 5-foot drop. Scratch resistance seems to be a little better than regular tempered glass. It seemed to work really well with the in-display fingerprint sensor as well as the S Pen. So both these screen protectors seem to work pretty well, just that the anti-reflective coating screen protector had a little bit better drop protection than the regular clear tempered glass did. But as you saw, both the screen protectors do seem to be resistant to scratches more than regular tempered glass. If I were to choose, I would just go with the anti-reflective coating screen protector anyway, because the S25 Ultra does have an anti-reflective coating already on it. But I'm curious to know what you guys look for when you're choosing a screen protector for your phone. Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you guys want to pick either one of these screen protectors up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out my channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.